Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Inquisition cannot
This is an inopportune time, but allow me to introduce you. Mistress Lavelan, this is the Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justice.
and the rightful owner of Haven. House Durelion lent Justina these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
Demons are pouring from the sky, and you're worried about land claims.
Haven is the Durelion's right.
Has Empress Selene officially acknowledged your possession of Haven? I was unaware Her Imperial Majesty had conferred with Ferenid's monarchs on this matter.
The Empress...
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to the Vida. She would in...
I'll think on it.
I apologize for the intrusion. I didn't realize you were meeting with the Marquis.
You did little harm. In truth, the debate was most beneficial.
You expect more people at...
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the... An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
If every noble wandering by is as stubborn as the Marquis, what good is talking to them?
Every kingdom is subject to its lords. The Inquisition will require their goodwill to survive. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done. Good day to you.
What do the people make of...
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must...
Let's...
Good day to you.
What exactly did...
I meet with ambassadors from... We are a young cause. Diplomacy is essential to our credibility.
Then you speak for the Inquisition?
I do. Someone must foster goodwill on our... as well as prevent controversy as news of us spreads.
How heavily are our actions...
Make no mistake. Every noble house... Many are willing to pledge support, if offers are made in... I intend to see that they are.
Why do...
There's such unrest in Thale. It's to everyone's benefit if we prevent the Mage-Templar conflict.
So was it the prospect...
The full impact of the Mage Rebellion... The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war.
Bringing the Mage-Templar conflict to a head could be the only way to resolve it.
Surely we can find a solution that doesn't leave all of Thedas in ruins.
Let's...
Good. Please tell me if you find something.
With passionate breath does the darkness creep. It is the reaper in the night.
I got a reinforced dagger. Read. I'm not a rogue, so I cannot open. Wish I chose Rogue, but too late now. I'm not restarting the game just because I chose the wrong class. That was the most pitiful excuse of restarting a game for.
When there was no sky
Blessed are the peace. Blessed are the righteous. In their blood, Is that what you want from... Is death your own... You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's Prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
Don't ask me. I'm as baffled as you are.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned... He demands it all. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
I'm sorry.
Not just me. All of us. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have...
No, this is my burden. It was a moment of weakness. Come.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and Maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay?
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just... running at the first opportunity. I've written enough heroes are everywhere. I've seen that.
Let's talk to Barrington.
Need something?
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Where are the rest of Hawke's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there. Hawke's little brother was off on some warden business near the Anderfell's border last I knew. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job. Need something?
I read your
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
What happened to the mage who destroyed the Kirkwall Chantry? The book never said.
He fled Kirkwall with the mages from the Circle. Stayed with them a while, but he had to move on. Somehow a lot of mages blamed him for making them live as fugitives. I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know.
There's no way Hawk really could have killed the Arashok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
I was told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently the Arashok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the Red Dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on... Well, I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
Carry on.
Need something?
Can I ask you something?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be... The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free Marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca, she's one of a kind. Funny story. I bought a salvaged ship and found her locked in a dragonbone reinforced chest in the hold. I broke 36 lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave.
Thanks, Farron.
No problem. Need something?
The red lyrium we found at the...
My brother Bartrand and I we located an ancient Tig, so old it... Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from it since.
How did the red lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't... So as far as I knew, the only piece to... Did someone find more of it in the Deep Roads? That's not it.
So what is it? Just another...
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one...
I think that's...
Yeah. Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the wood.
The chosen of Andraste, the blessed hero sent to save us all.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary. I've journeyed deep into the faith. I've watched as hosts of spirits. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirit. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruin.
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade. I will stay there.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded. Cassandra has been accommodated. But you understand my caution.
You came here to help, Solus. I would...
How would you stop?
However
Thank you. But now let us hope either the Closing the breach is our primary goal. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
No.
We would do well to try to...
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was. In any case. Did you need me for anything?
I'd like to know...
Why?
You're an apostate, yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers. The best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
I've heard the stories.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real?
It is the Fade. They are all real.
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interested.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroy the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
Indomitable focus.
Presumably. I have yet to see it dominated. I imagine that the sight would be fascinating.
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
You have an interesting way of looking at the world, Solus.
I try. And that isn't quite an answer.
I look forward to helping you.
That should be... well...
That isn't quite an answer either. We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Yeah, okay then.
Felissa said to check with you to make...
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
My thanks for any part.
Yeah. Well, you can pay me back by... Name's Zidane. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do.
Is there anything I...
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. I only wish I'd been able to find Master. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Only the word. Sing only the chant. Then
Ah, you're awake. And I slipped... No matter, no matter. Segret, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do. Easily given. Our fate. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little...
Until later.
Stay...
Commander Cutler.
What's that?
How could that great breach not have been caused by the Mages?
it is...
Ugh. I think you need practice dummies made of sturdier stuff.
That would be nice.
Like maybe iron.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could... One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madman, a fool. And they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think...
I think you were sent to help us.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. I'm curious. Do you even believe in the Maker?
I'm Dalish. I believe...
And there's no room, I suppose. I have to believe we were put... Now it seems...
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that... I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw...
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution when she offered me... Now it seems we face something far worse.
The Conclave destroyed a giant hole in the sky. Things aren't looking good.
Which is why we're needed. The Chantry lost control of both The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
There's still...
Commander.
As I would...
The reason, Lisette. We cannot stay here. Because we're Templars.
What does that even mean anymore? That we splinter and fight amongst ourselves?
I should look around.
occurs to me I don't actually know much about.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Lilia, but I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from...
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh? I didn't think your people roamed that far north. But clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
Wherever I am is home.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
I'd like to get to know...
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
No motivation, beyond making things between us less...
Antagonistic?
Exactly.
Hey.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentegasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentegasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentegasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
You don't seem to like...
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf. Thus I did not see Navarra. The real Navarra until much later. By then
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a Mortale Tarsi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a Mortale Tarsi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The Mortale Tarsi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
I'll let...
If the Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses.
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet. How's the new gear fit?
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits. My gear will see you through demons. So, you need custom work. Something special. You bring the materials to us.
If I want something...
Start simple. You'll need materials. We should have what you want.
Goodbye.
Right.
This isn't armor even. Neither is this. This is kind of armor. I need more leather for this one, but it's not even armor. Neither is this. I can make this, but I need cloth.
If you need something, let me know.
It's weird.
Looks fine. I guess I don't make this then. Iron and I like this. That was cool. Another time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take this for now. Boop, boop. Where that made.
You're back. And in one piece.
You said you thought Master...
The old code. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
I need more elf fruit. How do I make a urine potion? I need one more elf fruit and a black lotus to make a layer to increase maximum mana on lyrium potions. And I very much do want lyrium potions because I'm playing a mage and that would be very useful.
Greetings.
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on...
I thought you would be more interested in sharing your opinions of elven culture. You are Dalish, are you not?
What's your problem with...
They are children acting out stories misheard and repeated wrongly 1,000...
Oh, but you know the truth.
While they pass on stories, mangling details, I walk the Fade. I have seen things they have not. Would your clan... Or would they mock them? At least you were asking. That is something. I will answer as I can.
What can you tell me about...
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
Is the magic they teach in the Circle different from the magic I learned with my people?
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition, much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
The legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoed, it must have been beautiful.
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Tevinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
To be honest, I don't see it as different from any other magic. It's a means to an end.
Indeed. The problem is that under the Chantry, blood magic is forbidden, so only criminals practice it. While in Tevinter, magisters compete with each other, instead of keeping their volatile friends in check. They always succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
I'd like to know more about the elves.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Sharal. But Hallam Sharal was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvanan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves.
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among... Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
Are all Dalish elves?
No. Your clan was unique in having enough interest in human affairs to send you to spy upon the Divine's meeting. As your clans have been separate for so long, some are no more than bandits. Others trade freely with humans.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Good day to you.
How do you and Leliana...
We moved through... I believe we actually met in Val Royeaux. Leliana was quite an accomplished player of the game.
What exactly do you mean when you say the game?
Forgive me. The game refers to the slow duels of influence among the noble and powerful of Orlais. It's a rather light-hearted game for the matter, but Orlesians are fond of playful touches.
What do...
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast.
Any visiting
Sir Griffith of Denerim. He's defeated Darkspawn, slain just...
Boop, 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 beep. Magic and magic. I'm focusing necromancy. Well, blood magic is necromancy. Just another word for it.
Guild of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding in... No, never mind.
Harding in Hightown.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. We came to secure horses. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the... But with the Mage Templar fighting getting... Mother Giselle's at the crop. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can. You best get going.
No, whatever.
One down!
That may be worth investigating.
Mother Giselle should be somewhere nearby.
Inquisition forces. They're trying to protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a hand.
Hold. We are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker. Be ready. More coming our way.
done.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear
Mother Giselle.
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
I'm told you asked...
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, or painting. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
You want me to...
If I thought you were incapable...
Will they even listen?
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. Their power is their unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
It's good of you to do that.
I honestly don't know if... Hope is what we need now. You could... I will go... It is not much.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
We all did. What do you need?
Isn't this armor more of Kunari
With
design?
the Inquisition. Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them...
What can you tell me about the man?
Horsemaster Dennett. He lives on a farm to the west. Tough old fella. We haven't heard from him. Best we can tell, he's holed up. And you as
Leveled up, and I don't know what to upgrade, so I want to help a bit, so I'm at least gonna get some support abilities.
Would that I could.
One more.
I suppose you're right.
It's just what I heard.
Please, somebody, my wife needs help.
What's wrong with...
She gets sick when the weather's foul. Can't catch up. Our son Hindle makes a... Please, get...
Baker, I hope it's not me.
And how much did you need? Around again tomorrow.
By the end of Hardin Hightown, almost every character is revealed as a spy or a traitor.
Wait, you read my book?
It was in the Inquisition library. Everyone but Donnan turned out to be in disguise. Is that common?
Are we still talking about books, or are you asking if everyone I know is a secret agent?
Are there many tricksters in Dwarven literature?
A handful, but they're the exception. Mostly they're just honoring the ancestors. It's very dull stuff. Human literature. Now there's where you'll find the tricky, clever, really deceitful types.
Curious.
Not really. Dwarves write how they want things to be. Humans try to figure out how things are.
Goodbye!
Excuse me, have you seen another Inquisition scout? Elven woman, answers to Rid.
You said...
She was supposed... I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
I'll talk...
We could make camp here.
I'm here, sir.
I need lyrium. Not that much of it though. I like... I need like 2 lyrium potions.
Mages and Templars and innocent people caught in the middle. Some things never change.
Come on, Inquisition hat. Fucking shit. I want that hat.
Templar deserters?
We should search the area.
How'd you like that, assholes? Do you need anything?
This is a mage.
Eldreda, yes. I think that was her name. At least I'd heard other
other apostates call her that.
It looks like someone was having a picnic.
Yes. The mage must have been hunting for blood magic. The Templars attacked the apostate. I suppose I just got caught in the middle. So, the truth. I may have been, passing time with Eldreda.
You were trying to find a
Wait. Yes. At first, she was just a mage who saw me and didn't attack, but later we... So, are you going to report me?
Look, kid, if you can talk an apostate out of her pants in the middle of a war, you've got a gift. Use it. Make contacts, get information.
All right. I can...
There are Inquisition soldiers even here.
I know you. They call you the but are you? The Maker has not told me.
I honestly...
As I suspect.
No, I can't.
Then prove it. Show me that the rifts bend to your...
And...
Let's just get over it first.
I suppose it only natural that some would turn to worship the mage, if only in hopes of appeasing it.
Or for more life. How did the Maker bring you to these hills?
I'm gonna walk up here because I don't want to be in the melee. Ow, I got hit. Good one there. Boom.
Maker's tears. How may we serve you? Herald of Andraste.
Have your people help the rest?
As you say, Herald. When the Maker called...
What's about what caused the explosion that killed the Divine, my lady? We need no knowledge.
Rub everything here.
it's you. My name is Hindle.
Hindle, your mother can't breathe.
What? She was fine. She hasn't had... Here. I have some already made. Go. Take it to her now.
Travel safely.
Maker didn't close the rifts. The Inquisition did.
Are you questioning what's been told?
No. I don't know much about that. I know the Maker. I think the Maker wants me to find someplace far away from it.
Excuse me. While you were coming up, did you meet Lady Velena should be here?
Where would your...
She is... I know the path up the hill is dangerous, but...
I'm sorry.
Please.
Such an irresponsible use of magic. The mages here are little more than animals.
A Templar, I believe.
It must have been some time since the renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Ritz, where are you?
I found Ritz and rescued her.
Thank you. It's dangerous out here for
Hopefully the Inquisition can find some way to help these people.
Right. That's why.
Because you're sure? Of course.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Please, hurry.
Here you go. The potion and instructions on how to make it.
Silas, bless you. Or I'll give it to her right away. If ever I...
It's good to have commerce restored. I've many goods here if you wish to trade.
Why?
I have heard stories about you. I am Enchanter Elendro. I hope you find a...
I believe this is your phylactery.
Isis, Maker curse the fools who stop. Thank you. Matron was important to me. Here, for your trouble.
Farewell.
Thank you.
That's the last of the bread. Going to be a long, hungry night.
These people...
Too dangerous to go hunting now.
Good luck.
Oh, forgot an egg.
Yes?
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them, but also we were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
Okej, vänta.
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use Lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
So nobody ever...
It was the Divine's duty, but she could only do so much when the truth was hidden from her. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Do you think that kind of...
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
You mentioned that Seekers have...
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from Lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful, considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, so that depends on the individual.
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set delirium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars bend before my will. Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
I've no more...
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts.
You're worried about the rifts. I understand that.
As I explored the Fade, I felt the presence of an... If you are willing, I would like to locate it. I have
What do you know about...
a great deal from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can...
I'd like to know more.
Circle mages call it a barrier to the world, but according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. Not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
It sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality. Where spirits are... Instead, spirits are strange and fearful. And the Fade is a terrifying world. I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world, along with the obvious peril.
I'd like to know more.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
I'd like to know more about demons.
Your Dalish say the demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivation. Spirits wish to join the living. And a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them?
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
We'll talk...
Goodbye.
Okay.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Lies. Your kind let her die.
Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templar.
And what does that...
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as...
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you. Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
If the proper authority hadn't completely failed, the Conclave wouldn't have been needed.
So you suggest I blame the Chantry and exalt a murderer? What of justice?
That won't help restore order in the here and now.
Order will never be restored so long as this rebellion is allowed to fester.
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
Don't let anyone riot while we're gone.
The walls will be standing when you return.
I very much hope so as well.
For she who trusts in the Maker, fire.
Researcher Meneve wishes to verify. Mistress Lavelle, do you have a moment?
Did you need something, Ambassador?
Yes. Well, not precisely, but I should like to know if anyone here has treated you unkindly, Herald, for being an elf.
If they have, they've been stealthy.
Good. Please let me know if that changes. If we're to convince the world that Andraste's Herald is an elf, the Inquisition must give you its utmost support. Stories of wild Dalish elves have grown even more outrageous as people learn of you.
How have the rumors...
I would prefer not.
Give me something.
Selling peasants to slavers, burning down villages, using infants. Those are the stories about your fellow Dalish. I won't repeat what they've said about you.
Isn't the magic just as much a problem as my ears?
It depends which way the wind is blowing. Magic is meant to serve man, the chant teaches. Close the breach, and we can claim that is why Andraste chose you. Hopefully it will be enough to replace this gossip about the Dalish.
Why not claim the Dalish can steal your breath or turn into dragons while they're at it? Now that I've said that out loud, someone probably has.
Very likely. I will see what... It may help if I know more about how you and your clan lived.
We were at the mercy of everything. Foul weather, disease, village mobs. I always wanted more from life.
You found it. In a spectacular fashion, I might add. Still, you must miss your clan.
I was a solitary child. I spent much of my time alone. The Dalish won't weep for me, if they even notice I'm gone.
Believe me, they'll have noticed. Whether you're with them or not, being the clan of the Herald of Andraste will mark them in history.
Elves and fame tend to go poorly together. I hope my clan doesn't suffer for it.
We can make inquiries as to how they fared. Perhaps the Inquisition could lend a...
You're the Herald. It's odd, especially a Dalish elf. One look at your face and it's clear you were never part of a circle. My name is Meneve. I research demons and other creatures.
I found something the demons left behind.
Yes, that's very helpful.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
You want me to walk into a pit of vipers and you ask me that?
They're not vipers just because they like to hiss.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Leliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
And get this over with.
The city still mourns.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric. You're one of Leliana's people.
The Chantry mothers await you, but so do a great...
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templar... They're gathering on the other side.
Only one thing. They wish to protect the people from us?
Protect them from the blasphemous Herald of Andraste, I'd say. Surely they cannot think such a thing. Why not? They wouldn't be the only ones.
You think the Order's return to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred.
We're doing all this to get help with the breach. Maybe this is our chance to get the Templars on our side.
Perhaps. Return to Haven. Someone will...
As you say...
Read.
Good people, together, you wonder what will... Behold, we say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no elf in our hour of need.
We came here in peace simply to talk. And this is... I implore you, let us sit down together to...
It's true. The Inquisition...
It is already... The Templars have...
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
You're not here to deal with the...
As if there were any...
Lord Seeker Lucius.
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker.
Creating a heretical movement. Raising... You should all be ashamed.
that you are the ones who have failed. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is
If you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches.
I came to see what frightens old women.
But Lord Seeker...
You are called to a high... I will make the Templar or... You have shown Templars. Val Royer...
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
It doesn't look like we'll be getting the Templars to help us after all.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. Either way, we should
Ever since our divine...
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Who will fetch the Templars back, I wonder? It seems change is on the wind. I wish your leaders well.
The Templars?
I believe that...
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not?
This victory must please you.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing.
And you had no part in... Now we have been shot, and my fellow clerics have scattered. Just tell me one thing. Are you the Maker's chosen, as so many claim?
To tell you the truth, I don't know.
That is... I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
You're obviously skeptical.
Our divine. Her
That doesn't answer my question.
For you to be true, a great many things must be false. There is chaos ahead, whatever your intentions.
There's got to be a way to calm everything down and clean up the...
I hope against hope.
There must be something here.
If I might have a moment of...
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion.
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see if it's help with the breach you seek. Perhaps you should look among your fellow mages.
Fellow mages? We have nothing in common.
More than you'd think. And consider this an I hope to see you.
Come. Let...
Boop. Ice demons and weak fire damage. So let's go. I hate Rich, you were so annoying.
Well, they know you are doing dead.
Herald of Andraste.
I don't know who...
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve.
Blah, blah, blah. Obey me, arrow in my face. So, you followed the note, and you're an elf. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
Some believe I'm the herald.
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Yeah, don't get close to me. That's fun, actually.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
How about we get to know each other?
One name. No, wait, two. It's... well, it's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of... So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. Are you...
The Inquisition.
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around, blah blah, I'll crush... Then you've got cloaks and spy kids, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad... So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. But if you don't listen down, like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people?
All right, Sarah.
Yes! Getting plus extra breaches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth... Anyway.
Bye. Nah. Yeah, by breach... The vibrations. It's hilarious. I steal everything I need. AKA I steal everything. Because, yeah, why not? Okay then.
Greetings. I'm not... Walk safely, Herald of Andraste.
Something?
I read your...
That's a pretty common reaction.
Carry it.
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just... That would have been hilarious if you were a man, right? Wasted. Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
It's not just a...
Well, sure, the sky has a hole in it, but I can't put an arrow in that. Well, I have. Doesn't come down. That's weird. And that's the point, right? It's weird and right there, but they still want to punch each other. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
That's why we're here.
The religious ones tell you that. That's important, right? But don't make it all about that. Seems like believing too hard. Really? What everyone needs is to get... Sound good to you, old-touched Lady Herald?
I think I'll enjoy having you around, Sarah. I hope you'll feel the same.
Kinda. Suppose. Maybe. See you, Herald.
Drop, roll, and grab.
Ally with the Templars, I'd imagine. Seen them with good magic.
There were so many questions surrounding... He's skilled Faria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
It will be...
Trust me. Now if you're happy.
Okay.
It's good you've returned. You heard?
My agents in a city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker
True, he has taken the orders somewhere. But to do what?
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order...
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
Or you could stop bickering and make a decision.
I agree.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
So it'll be dangerous. I've been in danger.
If some among the rebel mages were...
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have en...
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places.
In the meantime, we should...
There is one. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those... Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is... curious.
That does sound odd. I agree.
The others have disregarded my system. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the...
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going...
What business are the Montiliers in, exactly?
We began as merchants. My ancestors founded the first trade route. We once sent entire fleets across the Waking Sea.
But not...
No. These days...
Let's be...
Good...
With passioned breath does the darkness creep. It is the whisper of the night, the lie upon your sleep.
Hello?
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
What's the message?
We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bull's charges can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
I look forward.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the store.
Interesting.
Apothecary Don wanted to know when you might be able to provide the material.
Boop. Uh-huh.
To work?
No, no.
Let's see what we have.
At your service.
Though you had granted them power over the very fade itself.
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
I was wondering if you could look at some locks.
What, the doors under the...
You know about them.
Places have doors. I just wasn't interested in poking through. Good to know about you, though. Consider them open. Chasing mages, that's a tempt. Not too late to go find some. Or stay home.
Tell me about your...
Oh yeah? Interested, are you?
How about the basics? Where are you from?
Ferelden.
I got that from the accent. Where in Ferelden?
All over? Fine, Denerim for a bit. South, north, wherever I want.
Oh, you're from wherever. I'm from North wherever.
What?
North wherever. Oh, we had fun on street and or in local tavern.
Hardy ha. All funny, you. It's complicated. I don't like complicated. Let's leave it at that. Maybe.
You're skilled.
No one.
That...
What? I picked it up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense. It's not like that for you.
Oh, certainly. Not a day's effort for the naturally gifted like us.
Well, it's not like that. Not like Cullen and his pairs. I mean, you miss, then you don't. Is it that hard to see when it's wrong?
Well, it's not like that for other elves. I know that.
Most I know couldn't find an arrow sitting on it. Right. Maybe I just make it look easy. Where would I find one in alleyways anyway?
We'll talk...
If you say so.
Lee?
Okay, who are we gonna take? Zero. Where's Pan?
Your worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast. I would have sent word sooner, but our efforts have been... delayed.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them. Some of our soldiers went to speak with their leader. Haven't heard back, though.
I'll do what I can to
Thank you, Your Worship. That's a The soldiers didn't have an exact location for the bandits, but they were with all this fuss. Well...
Word for you.
What is it?
You may want...
Chargers! Stand up! Trim!
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks. So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you could make it. Come on, have a seat. Drinks are coming.
Iron Bull, I presume.
Yeah, the horns usually give it away. I assume you remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again.
Already? Have him check again. I don't want any of those Tevint.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition...
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the... You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. And there's one other thing. Might ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
I've never heard of it.
It's a Canary order. They handle information, loyalty, security, all of it. Spies, basically. Or, well... The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that. I've been ordered to join the... But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
All right, you're in.
Excellent.
What about the...
Find some way to seal them. We'll meet you back at Haven.
No, I'm... What the det är något dammsugaren nu.
Those must be the bandits Harding mentioned. These must be the missing soldiers.
We should see that their families are notified.
Our men were murdered by a group called the Blades of Hessarian. It seems there's a way to challenge their leader.
Hessarian's blade is supposed to represent mercy, not random slaughter.
Right. Blades and their challenges. Biggest sword wins.
The apostates have fled to the hills. Apostate!
Not even a challenge.
Fine work out there. Those vultures.
People will think twice before attacking me.
Strange.
Where does this lead?
let's look around.
That tower is impressive, even as a ruin. I wonder what dreams it might hold.
There and there, no gaps. Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall? Warden Blackwall?
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help! Conscript! Hold the wall, men! Let them come to me! You're dead, bastard! Right. Stop and think! Ready for that! You know how this ends! Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved... You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of Wardens has anything to do with...
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
So where are the rest of you?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight. Treating the Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
You're no help. I'm no...
Inquisition. Agent. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a Warden. Maybe you need me. Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. This Warden walks...
I literally just put up random. Come on, it goes with that hat. Nope. I want that hat with all my...
Could make camp here?
Dispatch. Word for you. What is it? You may want...
Thank you. Your son?
Did you say so? Just rumors.
It's good to have commerce restored. I've many goods here if you wish to trade.
yourself. Bandits up ahead. Something anyway, they're blocking the road.
You don't think they're bad?
Bandits wait till people are vulnerable, then hit them fast so nobody escapes. These bastards show themselves too early. They care more about driving people. They're either stupid, or they're more than just bandits. And they're too well armed for stupid.
What can you tell me?
Several groups, some of them with bows. They've got better armor. It's too many for us. If you head out there, careful you don't get...
Thanks for the...
There, the bandits.
I doubt that's the last of them.
According to my research, the ancient elves may have set up wards near here. If we can find the artifacts they used, it may help strengthen this area against tears.
Pretty little castles.
And Duran Atishan. I did not expect to see another Dalish blood here. My name is Miris. By your weapons, I see you come ready for battle. Perhaps we face a common enemy in these demons.
Are you fighting the...
Fighting the demons is pointless. There will always be... But I have heard of elven artifacts that measure the veil. I was not expecting so many demons, however. I believe one of the artifacts is nearby.
It sounds worth it.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I do not think I could have done this alone.
Is this?
I have heard of this, but never seen it before. It is called Veilfire. It is a form of sympathetic magic, a memory of flame that burns in this world where the veil is thin. There's an elven artifact nearby.
There. If we activate that crystal, it should react to the strength of the veil.
Yes, the wards are helping to strengthen the veil. This area should be safer for travelers now.
Well, that should prove useful. And it seems the ancestors listen. I believe our alliance is concluded. Go in peace, stranger.
Mahalani.
Aye. Perhaps you go with...
The Veilfire must be making the runes legible.
And I'm ending here.